add feeling to it.
Om Shanti friends, welcome to Light of Knowledge. As we have been discussing and we have progressed to a point where meditation and spirituality is really about a journey. It is about experimenting, it is about your experiences. But at the same time, there are, people who have been on this journey and their experiences really help us to get clarity on what we are seeking. We are really privileged that we have Dr. Girish Patel with us as always, and he has been sharing his life experiences, his challenges, and what were the values that he adopted in his life. So welcome, Doctor.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So Doctor, last time we were discussing about, the vegetarian diet, which also is a part of Brahma Kumaris lifestyle and how it can help all of us in general. So could you just throw a little light on that today? Yeah.
If we come to fundamentals, food is for health, isn't it?
Right.
No, what we are eating, we should improve upon our health.
True.
And in non-vegetarian diet, people feel that there is a good protein. No, that's the powerful argument given.
Right.
But there are several factors. First of all, we don't need so much protein. It may be harmful even. If you eat more protein, your uric acid level can go high.
Okay.
There can be other problems. Secondly, although it's true that vegetarian diet, all the amino acids are not there. But what we eat is a mixed diet.
Okay.
Like rice and dal. Both have different proteins.
True.
You will eat some vegetables also.
Right.
Milk, legumes, other things.
Soya milks
and all. And soya is wonderful source.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much, much better than even egg. It's a proven fact. So, combination will give you all the needed amino acids.
Right.
So, this is just only one thing which goes against vegetarian diet. Otherwise, everything is in favor.
Right.
Even I generally give my example. Yes, we have been discussing about my life. Like when I was, say, 12-year-old, I look like 16-year-old. Always put behind that. You have to sit on the last bench.
Okay.
Otherwise, others cannot. So, my growth was excellent. And as I said, I am born vegetarian. Probably my grandfathers were also vegetarian.
True.
So, still that growth happened.
Right. But Doctor, for viewers, because we have been told since, we were kids that you should eat this, this is good for your B12, this is good for your, overall mental, even, it is said that if you want to study better, it improves your brain capacity and all. So could you just tell us about
B12, B12, if you are drinking milk and normal fruits and vegetables, those algae which are there, they will be there always. True. At least Indian food, it will be there.
Right.
Because they don't sterilize so much. So they are wonderful source of B12.
Right.
Although it's true that there is a deficiency, but then if you are eating wholesome food, combined food, mixed food, then there will not be deficiency of B12 even.
Right. Because usually it is said that, this compensates for the B12
only
that
most
is lacking.
important thing can be, the aspect of protein, which is also otherwise not true.
Fine.
And non-vegetarian food has lot of saturated fat, which can be extremely harmful.
Right. What I wanted to know, Doctor, is how does, a vegetarian diet help enhance me spiritually, or mentally? How does it elevate me?
Yeah, it would definitely help because the vegetarian diet only have the source of serotonin.
Okay.
I don't know,
which is a feel-good.
Feel-good hormone, sort of neurotransmitters.
Right.
So, vegetarian source only have all those things which are good for your mind and brain.
True.
Like almonds, walnuts.
Right.
They are good. Even other things, like no green leafy vegetables.
Paneer. Milk,
Paneer,
dal.
yeah, and no, mainly green leafy vegetables.
Right.
They help in releasing those feel-good hormones.
Right.
So, no, non-vegetarian food were never. So, in this area at least, there is a positive thing for vegetarian diet.
True. And even when we adopt a vegetarian diet, doctor, could you clarify on why, totally sattvic food and, like we avoid anything tamasic like onions and even garlic. So, could you clarify on that as well?
Before I answer that question, even non-vegetarian diet, when we think of vibrations,
true.
In previous episode, we were discussing about when animals are slaughtered, that fear which is there. Apart from fear, there must be other emotions also.
Yeah. Maybe helplessness and
even hatred can be like
even depression.
Yes, depression.
So is that the reason why we are facing so much of,
although it's quite subtle, but it's very much possible.
Right.
That
because
energy what you are getting is a negative energy.
True. That's why, we take an antidepressant, but on the other end, we are consuming something which is,
we have it full of
negativity and
yes.
depression.
But human body is an vegetarian body. Like,
Really?
our body is designed for something. You should eat accordingly.
Right.
Suppose if your house is designed to stay, you will stay there. If you have designed a house which is a factory sort of thing, then you cannot stay there.
So you work there.
Yeah, you will work there. You won't stay there. So similarly, our whole from the starting till end, like if you compare vegetarian, non-vegetarian animals, those canines are so big in non-vegetarian animals.
Right.
Vegetarian animals, those canines are very small.
Very small.
Even we have very small canines.
True.
So, which shows the starting point itself. Even our saliva is alkaline. Even acid in stomach is not that much acidic to dissolve that fat and all.
True. Even our intestines.
That is most important actually. Intestines are most important because in non-vegetarian animal, when they eat non-fibrous, like non-vegetarian thing, they need very small intestines. But in human being, because nature thought that human being is going to be a vegetarian being, the design is such, it is almost 22 feet long.
To digest fiber.
Yes, when it passes,
Right.
To digest fiber, it is so long.
Right.
So, that is another proof. Even how we drink water.
Okay, really?
We drink. Like dog, if you see,
Yes,
through tongue
okay.
will drink. So that is again entirely different.
Even if you see the way we sweat.
That's different. True.
Right.
So although we are only problem with human being is, because God gave us intelligence, we have used this intelligence in a wrong way.
Experimented in the wrong.
I have been always saying that all animals, they can't walk straight. Even human being only can walk straight, right?
Right.
But our behavior is exactly opposite. Animals would follow the nature.
Right.
But we don't follow nature. Like lion may die, but will not eat grass.
True.
Elephant will die, but will not eat meat.
True.
Because they know that my body is designed for this.
Right. And in fact, if we see all vegetarian animals are stronger. If we see a horse,
faster,
elephant, right? Because you just mentioned, I just
that energy
thought
is
about
definitely there.
Right.
So even from this perspective, the only issue which comes, I have discussed with many. Not on such, even one-to-one.
Right. Because that's what I wanted to ask you, that as a psychotherapist, your patients usually come with depression or something like that. So, do you suggest that, they should at least try this kind of a diet to help them mentally?
We specifically suggest them nutrition, but that is all vegetarian.
Vegetarian
like almonds, they are not vegetarian, like that, green leafy vegetables, many things. So there, no, once they know that this food is good for depression, automatically they will eat more of vegetarian food.
True.
And apart from this, as I said, when we discuss one-to-one, only question, no, they are convinced.
Right.
But they feel that we don't know how to cook vegetarian dishes.
Really?
There are many, yeah, who are
Okay.
absolutely non-vegetarian.
Okay.
For them, no, cooking is a problem.
Yeah.
So that can be learned.
And doctor, you had mentioned that eating outside it was not very difficult for you because you never ate outside. But how does that influence me, mentally? Is it also because of vibrations
Yeah,
or
it's
the
ultimately
energy?
vibrations. There are experiments. Like on plants, various experiments have been done.
Okay.
Like, two types of experiments. One is, almost no plants were identical.
Okay.
From all perspective. Even fertilizer was also same.
Okay.
No experimental conditions were created. Only difference was those who would water the plant. No, there were 3 groups. Like, one group was of normal people.
Okay.
Second group was patients who had bit of depression.
Okay.
And third was criminals.
Oh, this is an actual experiment that was done.
Experiment is there in my books also.
Okay.
So when they found the plants which were watered by criminals, the growth was minimum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Second was normal, and depressed patient, it was maximum. Now the question arises, how come?
How? Yeah.
No, but the reason, even researchers said the reason was, like when we did the experiment, criminal didn't ask that what you are doing. Just they would put water.
Right.
But those depressed patients, they asked that what's the reason of doing it. And then they were told that this is the reason. We want to see what's the effect in the growth of the plant. So they would hold water very lovingly and with lot of emotions they will pour. So they said perhaps those positive emotions,
Right.
maybe emotions of love or care,
Right.
that affected the plants.
True.
And that growth was maximum.
Right. So you mean to say when we eat outside, who is cooking and in what state of mind that person cooks makes the difference?
No, it's one thing is, it's no commercial thing. They are not cooking with love. At home, when somebody is cooking, there's lot of love is there.
Right.
Where the love is not there. Apart from that, they might have other tensions even.
But doctor, how would you, because you also deal with patients and life has become so busy nowadays that people don't find time to cook at home. So, that is one of the major arguments that people have, that no, we don't have time to cook at home.
Now it's actually time management. You may cook once only. In Western countries, if you find, you will be surprised. That if we tell them that in India they cook twice, they are surprised that they cook once only.
Okay.
Because everybody is working.
Yeah, and it's the age of fast foods and
it's not ultimately time management which is important. So if you properly manage the time, at least cooking once won't be a problem.
Right. And what is important here to understand is that finally, if it is helping me mentally, so it will help me in my work also, for which I need all the time.
Right.
True.
Still, suppose some might say that it's almost impossible. Then, although it's not a best option, then the final option can be, then when food comes, give pure vibrations. Maybe sit in meditation for a while. And give those positive vibrations.
Right. Have you felt the difference when you started doing all this?
Yes, very much. Food? Like, attitude of gratitude. We should thank food.
Yeah, in fact, we've always heard this saying grace before eating.
True.
Right.
That's why, if you see, our Indian tradition, earlier, probably, this concept of meditation was not there that much, but they would recite some slokas. So, that means that was a meditative stage.
True.
Although it became a ritual that we have to pray, or maybe you have to recite these 2 slokas before you eat.
Right.
So, meditative state automatically came.
Right. In fact, if I go back to think about our generations, they never used to eat outside, and I think they were emotionally stronger
True.
than us. So, when you started applying these things, because you said you never ate outside, you had a vegetarian diet, what apart from these made a difference in your life? What other aspects of meditation?
The very important thing was probably concentration, memory improvement, transforming thoughts.
Yes, that's
Because
very important.
competitive spirit was there. You might think something, or at times, like during exam, you might have anxiety that how much percentage I will get.
Right.
So there even it helped that to detach. I have done my best, and let's wait for the result.
Right. So, doctor, you've mentioned this before also about detaching. So, you mean to say soul or the spiritual being? This is what you learned in
More
meditation.
important, detachment means some thoughts are coming. So, for example, even I remember that SSC result was supposed to be there.
Right.
And lot of anxiety sort of thing. That although I had done very well, I will get good marks. But then that anxiety was definitely there.
Right.
So maybe in the evening they were supposed to give us the result.
Okay.
But then every student will be anxious that if I can know early.
Right.
So those times it would come in a newspaper.
Yeah, so you had to wait for the newspaper.
Even school will give, but next day it will come in newspaper also.
Okay.
So somebody said that if we go to that newspaper office, maybe we'll know the result 4-5 hours before.
Okay.
So naturally that was also important. So we went there.
Okay.
And then gave it to the peon that these are our roll numbers, But then mine came very low.
Okay.
It came that he is just passing.
Right.
I was surprised that it's not possible. There must be some mistake. Otherwise, it's not at all possible. Still no coming. Like this office was in Marine Lines and we stayed in Goregaon.
Okay.
So from there to come here and within an hour, principal or some teacher will give result. That itself was anxiety producing. That what might be true and all.
Right.
So like that many situations can be there. Meditation helps in detaching from that.
Okay.
That whatever I have done, ultimately it would reflect. But worries are not going to help me.
Right.
Only if I am stable, I will be able to handle the outcome.
Right.
So their meditation definitely helps. Even anxiety before exam, after exam, before the results were there also it helped. There would be even other attractions. So you want to detach from other attraction, it helped.
Right.
Because
so
once you get admission into medical college, students are relaxed.
True.
That now done. We are going to be MBBS ultimately.
Right. But you said about, like transforming your thoughts. But you said that we usually believe that thoughts come, a lot of times we say, I don't know where these thoughts are coming from. And, we think that the brain is from where the thoughts are coming. So here, could you give us a deeper knowledge about because we spoke about the spiritual being also, we spoke about the soul. So how did you, finally, what were the, like how did you come to the experience of soul consciousness?
There are two aspects in fact. What you are asking, one thing is that is it brain is producing thoughts? Am I right?
Right.
So brain is not producing thoughts, only brain is responsible for thoughts and feelings. Somehow it is related. What can be simply explained is hardware and software. Suppose we need a software. Maybe, but when software becomes active, something happens in hardware as well.
Yeah.
Some change. But origin is in the software. So
thoughts are like the software and brain is like the hardware.
So that's why what we need to change is the state of soul. It's not that particular emotions of soul. And if they are changed automatically, what happens in the brain? the changes that takes place in the brain in the form of say neurotransmitters, electrical impulses can be changed. I will prove with a very simple example. No, suppose now no police enters into this studio.
Okay.
Say just for example, then there can be different reactions.
Right.
One reaction can be that they have come to protect us. Another can be that why, is there some problem?
No.
So in both this, no, our brain would react in a different way. Entirely in a different way. So no, now this is the thought.
Okay.
Presence of police is nothing good or bad. How we interpret it.
Yeah, you had said the meaning you give to the event.
Yeah, that is, or interpretation that they have come for protection.
Right.
Then no, in brain there are nerves. In between what is called synapses.
Okay.
In synapses chemicals are released and then this neuron will pick up and that's how no, the message goes.
Okay.
So no, if that thought is there that they have come to protect, good chemicals will be released.
And that is what is
it will
secreted.
go further and then I will feel secured. If that they have come for some other negative purpose, then negative chemicals. Person heartbeat might increase. Person may start perspiring.
Anxious,
and so
you may start
and
getting
so
anxious.
On. So origin is thoughts, which is at the soul level. So when you work at soul level, automatically thoughts are transformed. Once the thoughts are transformed, what happens in the hardware, what happens in the brain is also transformed.
Right.
And their meditation helps.
So that's what I, wanted to know, that on your journey, what were, those different, you can say like landmarks or, what happened exactly that took you closer and closer to that experience of soul? Because a lot of the viewers want to experience that, but it needs we need to know more about maybe the soul, the existence, and
so
those aspects.
As you are asking about the landmarks, the first, as I have earlier also said, during that foundation course itself, on the 7th day, my instructor was also Girish. Who gave me instructions for 7 days.
Okay.
So on 7th day, he conducted that commentary of meditation.
Okay.
And that itself had a wonderful feeling. So I thought, no, it's good. Only he is reciting something and I could feel so good.
Right.
So if I do myself, it will be still better.
Right.
So that's how I took interest. And then I have already shared that search, etc. Even sat for a long meditation.
Right.
And that indeed helped.
Right.
In not only in having peace of mind, but in better concentration. Even in improving memory.
Okay.
Recalling capacity also I could see that my recalling capacity is increasing. Even though visualization is becoming good. Because memory is related with pictures. If you can visualize something, it's very easy. So I found that visualization is becoming good.
And that helps in the memory power.
Yeah. So the memory process had definitely helped me. Even I felt that I had become more confident.
And how was
because
that?
In first MBBS only, professors would give us cases of patients.
Right.
We'll explain. And then generally professor will say, if there are say 10 students, then who will take up the case? Everybody is frightened. That may be that. If I do, then lots of mistakes are bound to be there.
Right.
But here meditation helped me because logically I had understood that if you take up the case, although professor will screw you, will ask many questions, even others might laugh at you.
Right.
But then you will remember it more. Because you have made mistakes and then whatever correction is done, you will remember it.
Exactly.
But then generally students will not have that confidence.
Right, because
or
there's
guts we can say.
Yeah, like you said, there's that fear of failure. What if I cannot do it?
Or others will laugh at me.
Yeah, or what if they do better than me? And
yes. So there every time it was sure that I will go. Out of say maybe 12, 13 students must be there in one batch. Even they knew that Girish will go, they will push me.
Okay.
That go at present the case.
Right.
So no, there also I think meditation was the benefit. Otherwise, I would not have been so confident.
Right. So, Doctor, that's a very interesting point to end our today's episode. And actually, we learned so much today, like from, how a vegetarian diet can actually help us, in getting stronger
Yeah, it's not
mentally.
only healthy, it is
It
state
makes
of
you
mind.
state of
Yes.
mind. It improves your state of mind. And also, how you said you, with the help of meditation and following all this, you could transform your thoughts and become much more, stronger. Your concentration power was better. Your memory power
Better.
became better. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Doctor. So viewers, it was indeed enlightening and a very knowledgeful episode, because we learnt the effect of, having the right diet and, other lifestyle aspects which we will take up in the upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for staying with us. Om Shanti.